Alrighty, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome everyone. Welcome to another London Session live stream. And we are looking at a USDCAD range. This is about, I believe, about 12 pips. Right around 11, 12 pips. So I'm looking for a push, right? A continuation bullish here to the top end of the range. It nearly got here, rejected the EMA. Looking for another push, and then looking at the left here, you can certainly wick up here, and I'll be looking for the sells all the way down. So I think that's the best range that I have for today for the stream. And let's see. So again, I will list the trade ideas here. And for USDCAD, let me list it out already. So USDCAD sell stops. This is a 134.850. $134.850. Again, leaning bullish on USDCAD at least to the top end of this range. Then I'll consider the sells all the way down. And let me go ahead and set this up. So I was looking at 11. Can I get 11? Okay. Let me set this as well. So 850, 110, 10. That's TP. So a relatively quiet week. You know, not many setups we could attain this week. But nonetheless, if you did follow each setup here, right, including some of the setups on the Zoom stream with the mentorship, then it should be a relatively positive percentage gain this week, right? Even with the slow week, you're able to trade the ranges successfully and come out with a positive gain percentage to end off the week, right? So Friday here is the last day of the week. See what happens here. Let me add the stop loss here. So again, this is a trade idea that I'm looking at currently. Let's see if we get any success with this setup. Alrighty, guys. USDCAD appears to come right down without getting to the top end of the range here. Now, what I could look for is a push down here and then consider buy stops back up top, right? Because I still feel this is a good range that price can move in. Or what USDCAD does or could do or can do is push all the way back up here without touching the bottom end of the range here. Right, come all the way back up top and then consider. So I'm still going to list the trade idea here as it is. And let's see. We have a new 30-minute candle coming up. And seems like it's a huge rejection right here. But let's see what happens. All right, Danny said next one it will be FTMO. Yeah, it's a safe bet, especially for non-Americans. And yeah, so you just gotta be careful with some of the, again, for GJ, I already look for more than 7 pips of a distance between setting a buy stop or sell stop, right? So if you follow the strategy that I show over here, then you're good with that. How we set the buy stop, sell stops. So we already have the safety in place. The only thing is with USDCAD, sometimes if it goes about 3 pips out, that's when I go ahead and may enter, right? So from 3 pips, you may have to wait. You may have to wait out for 5 pips if it does give you 5 pips of distance, right? Exactly. The issue is the reason why I said buy stops, sell stops is because market execution, right? That pair can drop, right? So if I'm setting a buy stop, let's say for GJ, and a market execute, right? Because the distance is not more than or less than what's required of SFT, and then it continues to drop here, then I'm already tapped in, or I'm already in, and it can go against me. So the purpose of setting the buy stop, sell stops in this fashion is to protect yourself from being tapped into early or being entered into a setup, because we don't know if it respects the range or not, right? So exactly, yeah, correct. You got it. Alrighty, let's go back to USDCAD here. Alrighty, so for USDCAD, it is a new 30-minute candle. Did give us a nice push. Yep, no, FTMO definitely is a safe measure. Safest prop firm, especially with all the turmoil right now. You cannot beat FTMO in terms of a prop firm challenge that you would want to pursue. Right now, safest bet is FTMO, and then everything else. Exactly. Yep. So I believe they're located in Czech Republic, right? So yep. And again, that makes you guys very lucky, right? Because I live in Canada, so it borders America. So if the U.S. is applying these parameters and these kind of roadblocks in trading CFDs for Americans, then Canadians are a close second, right? So I would love to live in any part of the world outside of Canada, U.S. because of the restrictions in trading CFDs, right? So we're not even able to trade the top brokers in Forex in the world, right? So IC markets we're not able to trade, Vantage, and the list goes on and on that are non-regulated in the States or Canada, but nonetheless they have a huge positive reputation, and yeah, for sure. There's definitely pros and cons as well. I do believe that as well. The best thing we have, trading on a personal account with a regulated broker is OANDA, which is 1 to 50 leverage, right? That's the best we can do, or the best we have available to us. All right, let's take a look at GJ as well. So this is what I got going on for GJ. All right, guys, we're still waiting here. So I did see that jump here from USDCAD. So I'm still going to stick to the trade ID on the right and see if that helps. If it does push up. Here is the trade idea for GD. Again, GD I'm still not certain about. I like the USDCAD push here. I can certainly get up there. It was a 15-minute EMA right there. Okay. Yeah, for FTMO, I'm certainly able to trade, but what's been going on now is that, for example, like I believe some prop firms that got closed down, right? They mentioned that existing US clients can still trade, but I don't think that's going to sit well with the SEC or the CFTC, knowing that there's still some clients trading on a broker that's not regulated in the States. So there's definitely going to be issues impending with that as well. And I'm pretty sure FTMO is coming up with a solution on that as well, right? So if an existing client that had a challenge, that still has a challenge, that had a funded account, that still has a funded account, I don't know what the future holds, but I think they're going to hold you guys, to continue until there's more stricter action over the next coming weeks or months, right? There's some deliberate action by the CFTC, then at the most they may have to refund any client. So let's say it's a slippery slope right now, and can't say it too much, but definitely the gray labeling that was going on, right, for prop firms to make money, because again, some of these prop firms are literally run through a laptop in a room, right? They have no servers, they have no proper infrastructure, they don't have a proper legal team, even if they mention that. And some of these prop firm owners are literally 19, 20, 21 years old, running a whole prop firm, with a laptop, in their bedroom. That's an actual reality, right? And then they don't want to spend, some of the funds revenue on actually applying themselves and getting an advisory council, getting a legal team, getting an accounting team, getting, more knowledge on regulations across the board, across different countries. They don't want to spend money on maybe getting a direct license with the Medicoats. So they don't have to, partner with a broker or a third party and get gray labeled. Instead, they can, go direct with Medicoats and get their own server. But then that requires more funds, right, applied per month. And so it is a mess. Well, exactly. I mean, it's, even with the advent of prop firm tech companies, right, that pretty much give you the full dashboard, the payout system, the challenge system, setting your own rules, basically white labeling. They give you the whole runaround for a fee, or even for net revenue, for net profit per month, and you can get started. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these prop firms that open up by a lot of young entrepreneurs, that's how they started, right? Even some of these larger prop firms. But then it's those ones that actually took additional steps as revenue started coming in to make the changes legally, right? Maybe get in-house tech rather than depend on a third party to run the whole system, right? So the dashboard, the challenge system, the rule system, the payout system, the whole funnel. And so the first thing, again, as you know, a lot of you guys are asking me about which prop firms to go with right now, especially during this time. The first one I would say FTMO. Of course, if you're a U.S. citizen or a client or a citizen or resident, that's you're not able to, obviously. So, right, if you don't have any challenges and you want to go with FTMO, you can't at the time unless you have dual citizenship and can provide valid proof of identity in outside of the U.S. Right, so that's a possibility. But yeah, beyond FTMO, there's the 5%ers, which again may come to a roadblock because they're still allowing U.S. citizens. There's Alpha Capital Group, which again, slippery slope since they're still allowing U.S. clients. So I'll be careful, but nonetheless, FTMO would be on the top. And then after that, what I'll look for is which of these prop firms have in-house tech, right, and are sustainable and have been around for at least 2 to 3 years. And have decent reviews online as well, right, with payouts, especially payouts. That's such a major component of trusting a prop firm is waiting. If they're too new, right, if they're relatively new, wait out until you see credible payouts. Go on Twitter, on YouTube and Instagram and search about the prop firm and see if there's actually credible payouts by real clients. And you have to do your own due diligence and research and find out that if they're actually credible. Twitter again is a really good space to be in if you really want to make sure that you have real viewpoints from real traders and real clients of that prop firm. So that's one thing, right? Second thing, and then the third thing is also regulations, right? See how big the team is. See if there is a face to the business. See if they have a good backbone, right? If they lasted at least 2 to 3 years, and they have relatively decent reviews, then you can make that choice. But yeah, it's gonna be a crazy next couple weeks and months and so forth to see what really happens. Yeah, and FTMO, exactly. FTMO really never really does any discount codes unless it's a big holiday like a Christmas holiday or Black Friday or something like that. But they've never really done that. They've never really lowered their prices overall, right? No giveaways. And they've stood firm, right? They also, as soon as they found the issue, and again, that's also also to the point where they probably have a legal team, an extensive legal team, an advisory team to let them know that this is what's going on with the CFTC, SEC, and they have an eye on, Metacodes and different brokers that are allowing U.S. clients, and that's where they made the decision a month before, right? And they're capable of doing that since they're still running efficiently, even though it was a large market share, that they're able to run without it, right? And there are going to be some prop firms that go down in the next few weeks because as soon as they lose their U.S. client base, they will not be able to survive, right? That's their biggest market share. Even FTMO to today, most of the traffic is, or majority of the traffic, geographically is coming from the States. I think it's about 10%. Right? Every other country that's searching for FTMO has a less, of a market share than the U.S. But it is what it is. And again, if you trust any new prop firm that's been around for the last 5-6 months, then again, ask yourself, have they paid out enough for you to believe in them, right? What are the clients saying, right? Not just what they have posted, but outside of what they have posted is a credible proof that they are paying out, right? So one of the problems I want to mention, again, not enough out there, but it's called, I believe, DEI funded. I'm not sure if you guys heard of that prop firm, but DEI funded, and they're offering, you know, some crazy discounts, something along the lines of, you know, a 200K for 450 USD, right? And then I guess it's buy one get one free. So for 450, you're getting two 200K accounts, and yeah, that's their promo right now. Now the issue is that since they're running a huge marketing campaign, and I've known them for just a month, and they're relatively new, what happens when there's some large payouts that appear from you know, a lot of the clients that did end up purchasing the large promo, right? And again, if you're on Twitter, you'll see that there are some traders that have been funded, and they're waiting for the payouts right now from DEI funded, and let's see what happens. But I'll tell you what, the Trustpilot reviews are raking up the 1-star reviews for that prop firm. Right, some have to wait, some have not gotten the credentials, and so there's a lot of impending issues. And again, that's also a part of a new prop firm, right? They're gonna have to deal with some backlash with the support, and that's understandable, right? Because they're still growing. But I'll probably not go with the prop firm such as that, right? Especially with the large giveaways, 450 for a 200K account, when, you know, other prop firms are pretty much selling that for 800, 900, 1,000, 1,100 USD for one. They're giving out two for 450. That's a little you know, on the, I don't want to say scam end, but it's not that believable, right? Considering that larger prop firms will never give that type of giveaway. Yeah, let me type it here. So DEI funded. And they're definitely, you know, I should say they're pretty successful in their marketing campaign, because again, it's blowing up. But whether I believe them or not, that's a whole different issue. Alrighty. But again, safe bet is to go with a prop firm that has been around for a few years at least. It is a new space, but I suggest don't go for some prop firm that's relatively new, because again, you're not sure if their support is good, if their payout system is in order, if they actually do pay out, or if it's a money grab and a rug pull. It's gonna be slippery slope down the line. So stick with somebody that's been around, that allows your country, and you know, trade safely. All right, here we have USDCAD at the top here. Again, I will consider the setup here. And GBPJPY came right at the bottom here as well. So we'll take a look at this. If we can make that push. We have a new 1 hour candle coming up. So let's see. Yes, good morning. Also, I've been great. It's been a slow week. So let's see if we can get one trade in before the week ends, and on to next week. Well, we could take a look. Again, nothing going on for today until New York session, and then, yep, we got some news coming in. And there you go, Saturday, Sunday. Monday we have 2 bank holidays from Canada and US, right? So Canadian holiday and US holiday on Monday. So we'll see how that works out. Here's a new 1 hour candle. All right. Let's see. let's get right back. Okay, so still waiting here for USDCAD to push up here. And let's see. So waiting for a nice push above here. And again, it could give us that push. Looking for it to cross somewhere around this level here for me to consider entries for USDCAD. Again, nearly there. Waited patiently when it shot down. Now it's up here. Okay, online Herzl. Okay, live trading with communication makes trading unique. Please want to hear your voice. Yep, absolutely. But at times, because I am conducting a Zoom stream as well simultaneously with the membership members, I am looking at other setups while the YouTube stream is going on. As you know, there's multiple pairs that I look at, and I'm only offering that to membership members. So the YouTube stream will be on mute while I do look at the other pairs, right, which are not visible on the YouTube stream, right? So I want to keep, I want to make sure that you keep that in mind. That when I'm not talking here, majority of the time, I'll be speaking to the membership members on a different screen, as I do look at multiple pairs during this time. Alrighty. So again, USDCAD still waiting. Stephen Martin, can you pass my challenge if I'm already on half of my maximum loss? All right, so I would like you to email. Can you mention which prop firm it is first of all? Before we even we go that route, can you mention the prop firm name? Because there's some I won't even accept, right? Because again, if it's not credible enough, and there's a high red flag for them, I don't want to go that route, because again, if they don't end up paying you out, I wouldn't want to have you have additional costs, right? So if it's a prop firm that I really believe that it will not pay you out, I will not pursue that. But let's see, FX2 funding. So I have heard of them. Let's see. FX2 funding. Let's take a look. So they have about 70% 5-star reviews. There's about 13% 1-star reviews. Again, some of them can be misleading or can be fake. Of course, I do know that. But I like to read the 1-star reviews and see if it's a common issue that multiple clients have. And Steven, if you can answer this as well, have you had any issues since you have traded the account already? Have you had any issues with spreads or anything that you've seen that's unusual from other firms? If you have traded other firms, anything unusual about the trading that you have done with them so far? Okay, looks fair. Again, for me personally, when I do pursue any challenges, from clients, I do have to make sure that they will pay out, because again, I only do honest work, right? So if they're not a prop firm that I believe in truly, and I know you already invested money in buying a challenge, I just can't go that route, right? For me, I have to lead you to a path where I know that there's credibility in the firm. So that's why I have to do my own due diligence before I accept any clients, for passing their prop firm challenge. Again, Majority of the clients have gone with FTMO, of course. E8. Some issues with them as well, but relatively they have paid out all the clients that I've worked with. The funded trader, funding pips I've been trying out, which again we understand what's going on with them right now. There's a few other ones as well. True Forex funds, we understand what's going on with them as well, and my Forex funds, we understand what happened with them. Funded engineer. Okay, relatively, yeah. So from what I see with the prop firms so far, from FX2 funding, relatively it doesn't look too bad, right? And they're pretty active with their social media as well, so that's a good sign. They launched about a year ago, a year and a couple months. Okay. Alrighty. So this is what I'm going to ask you to do, Steven. If you can email me, because again, this is not a fresh challenge account. What I will ask you to do is email me the exact drawdown on the account. If they have a account metrics link, you can attach that to the email, and just mention the prop firm, and I will reply back. Right? But so far, what I see is, again, I feel, yeah, they may be legitimate because, again, they're updated on social media. They have over 70% 5-star reviews. So 80%. I think it's 70%. Yeah, 70%. Okay, $7 commissions. Spreads are kind of wide as well. That's okay. If it's a little too much, I mean, I understand that, but if it's not too much, overly overwhelming, then it's fine. Because again, initially when I did start managing accounts, and a lot of clients, came with E8 funding, and the main thing with E8 funding was their spreads. But when I did trade with them, I mean, it wasn't much of an issue, right? It's mostly when you're trading with very high lots and you're trying to gain just a few pips, right? So that's not how I trade. I trade the ranges, and I try to make sure that it's a safe range trade, right? So as you guys can see on the screen here, still waiting for a slight break of the range above for me to consider the sell here. And if I feel pretty confident with the range trade, then I could increase my risk level. But nonetheless, I do have some safety measures that I put in place before I enter the trade. Okay, they use 8-cap broker. Okay, yep, that's fair. A lot of prop firms do use 8-cap, and again, there are brokers that are having issues with prop firms because Metacoats is eliminating brokers that supply a gray label, right? So the gray label prop firms, right? So they do have an issue, but 8-cap, I believe right now is still saying that they're okay. But yeah, that's the risk that you have to take, right? Okay, the email is, let me actually, I can just type it here. And also, Ali Irtaza Mehdi, I have the funded trader challenge account, 200K. Can you pass for me? Okay, again, if it's a fresh new account, then please use the link in the bio, and you'll get a response within 24 hours, right? If everything's legitimate, then I will begin. But I have to advise anyone that's watching as well, any viewer, that I have to do my own due diligence, because again, I can only work with honest prop firms and honest clients, right? So that's one thing for sure I stand by. and I will stand by, because again, I have proven results, and I have to make sure that I'm safe on my end as well, right? So let me go ahead and type that in the chat. Alrighty, so let's continue here. Again, USDCAD is really zoning here. Look at this. It's really been stuck in this level here, the small range, 3-4 pips. It's not enough for me to trade, and it's just not giving me the push that I need for me to consider the sell stops. Although I do believe it's going to get there. We're about 6 minutes away from a new 30-minute candle. So let's see. All right, let's get back to USDCAD here. Still looking for this push up. Okay, Steven, you can just mention the prop firm name, the drawdown on the account. If they have an account metrics link, right, a public shareable link, you can attach that. Or if not, you can mention the max drawdown on the account, the daily drawdown, and also what the current drawdown is on the account. Alrighty. So again, you see CAD is still ranging in this zone here. And you can see it's been stuck here since the last, 30 minutes? And guys, I do have another announcement for the Pass Your Challenge service, which I'll probably announce next week. I mean, I can give you guys, or I can just mention it today, and I will give more detail about it next week. But it's essentially because, again, there's such high demand for the service. That's why I had to launch it. But the second thing is that, to prove my credibility, I think the first 20, I'm not sure about the exact number right now, but I think the first 15 or 20 clients that do ask for the service beyond just passing the challenges, what I'm thinking of is maybe manage it for 1 to 2 payouts. Right after that, you would have to manage it on your own. Right now, for majority, for all the clients right now, I'm only managing the passing phase 1 and phase 2, and then the rest you can again use the live streams here, the mentorship, whatnot, to trade on your own and try to receive a payout. But for a selected amount of clients, and again, it's just to prove, to the wider public, right, to the wider audience, that the strategy does work, and elements of the strategy that I've refined over the last few years has really upgraded itself, and I really feel confident about about the system as a whole. And again, I am completing the full series right on YouTube. If you guys are not aware, passing 200 plus challenges and documenting them each individually in a single video, right? So if you haven't seen the series so far, I think I've uploaded about 14 challenges so far. Another 170 plus to go. But yeah, do check out the series, and more content is coming. I'm gonna try to upload about 100 videos or 100 challenges passed in individual videos by the next couple months. Again, editing, creating the content, putting everything together, it takes a long time here. So each individual video could take, if I release it every 2-3 days, that's at least 3 months, right? Releasing 100 videos. So yeah, we'll see to that. So beyond passing the challenge, so right now, currently the service is only for passing phase 1 and phase 2. So I'm only completing 2 phase challenges right now. And for some of the clients, right, because again, there has been a lot of current clients that are asking if I can trade the funded account. So what I'm thinking is if there is a demand, again, which there is, I'm thinking of the first 15 to 20 that would like that, I will go ahead and not only pass phase 1 and phase 2, but additionally, if they want to continue the service, we can elect for 1 to 2 payouts, which I will manage and get you a couple payouts, 1 or 2, depending on the case, and depending on the payout period, and then you're free on your own to trade on your own, right? So I don't think I'll be managing anybody's account for long term, possibly 1 or 2 payouts, right? And again, to prove myself to you guys once again, which again I have cleared a lot of payouts previously. You guys can visit or go on my YouTube and see client payouts as well, which I've managed. Yeah, see for yourself. So yeah, I will trade it again, the funded accounts just like that. Of course, there will be a much lower risk applied, and maybe 1 to 2% per every 2 weeks, for a total of 4 to 5% per month. And again, we'll talk about how you would like to either get charged a service fee or split the amount, whatnot, whatever the case may be. We'll see about that. But again, that's something that I am going to detail more next week, and I'll make the full announcement. All right, what will happen if I fail? So again, if I do that, then what's going to happen is I will repurchase the prop firm account and do it again a second time, right? So I'll give you the funds, or purchase the account from your account, a new challenge account, and re-manage again without cost to you. But again, I do have to see what the exact drawdown is. If it's too severe, then I may not go ahead with it, because again, it's at a disadvantage for me. But we'll see. Okay, it's phase 1. Okay, yeah, you can email the information, and then I'll respond within 24 hours. Alrighty, so USDCAD again has kind of ranged within this zone here. Never gave me a potential push above or below the range level. And so can't really find a setup here, right? So again, if USDCAD continues to just range within this level here, guys, I will call it a stream, right? Just not worth waiting out, and it just continues to range here. It's been a really slow week this week, as you guys may all know, and so for that reason, I just haven't been able to find enough setups here, but we haven't lost a single setup this week, right? The setups that we have taken on the YouTube stream. So fair week, still a profitable week, not too much, but nonetheless fair enough. And can I do 25K to 50K? No, I can't do 25. 50K, my minimum is 100K, but 50K, if you're willing to pay the same amount, the same fee for 100K, then I am willing to. But below 50K, I just can't. Right? It's not worth it from my end, right? Because again, I don't want to charge you a service fee high enough because I still have to go through the same process, right? Of any account, the same percentage risk. But I think it's a fair amount of a fee that I charge. My minimum fee again is listed on the website. I'll be willing to do a 50K if you're willing to purchase the same amount that I charge for 100K. So that's the only stipulation there. But with the 25K challenges, I don't think it's worth charging you that fee. And again, because I have enough evidence out there that I am able to pass challenges over and over again. And again, I will only listed about 14 challenges that I've passed on YouTube so far in the series. I still have 170 plus to go, right? And plus more. But I think around 100 videos when I upload it, that's when I'll take a little break and then continue after a few months. But right now I'm still on a roll. So, if you're not sure yet, and if you're kind of in the middle, you can continue watching the series, and I'll upload probably around 10 to 15 in the next 20-25 days. And yeah, you guys can see from there. And again, the Pass Your Challenge service, guys, is just to give you guys a little boost, a little bit of a head start, and trade the funded accounts. Again, you still have to kind of figure out your way of a system, trading the system and whatnot. But just giving a little boost to get you funded, and then from there, you can decide. Again, if I am open to the idea of trading funded accounts for 1 or 2 payouts, I will, and I'll make that announcement next week. But beyond that, still get your education in, still watch live streams, still, advance your learning, because the end goal is that you have to do it on your own, right? Whether you get a shortcut with the mentorship, whether you get a shortcut with watching live streams and taking the same setups, that's all good. But at the end of the day, you have to sit down on your own, because once the live streams go away, once let's say the Pass Your Challenge service goes away, once the mentorships go away, it's all you in the charts. So at the end of this, you still have to win on your own, right? So while the process is going on, whether you elect to receive any service, you should still understand that by the end of this, you have to kind of plan out accordingly to make sure that you're able to trade on your own once you have that capital funded, or once you get to that point where you're ready for a challenge, and so forth. I mean, that should be anybody's goal, right? Alrighty, so this is the last attempt here from USDCAD that I will consider if it does make that push. If it does not, guys, I will call it a stream on YouTube here. We'll continue the rest of the stream on Zoom. But for the YouTube viewers, I will call it a stream if this does not make the push all the way here. If it comes right back down, then I will not consider the setup anymore. And we will end off the stream. Alrighty. So USDCAD again still stuck here. Can it push here again? If it does make that move here this time around, we will see it push. Right, so if it makes that move all the way here, we'll see a push up. Then I'll consider the sell stops here. But if not, then yeah, I'm gonna call it a stream here, guys. It's been a slow week. Not many setups this week at all, but there's not been a losing setup here on the stream this week at all, right? So the setups that we had were smaller wins, but nonetheless they were wins, and we continue with another profitable week. All right, guys. USDCAD again, still very slow, not pushing up, still pushing down, and there's a non-wick candle down here. So I am gonna call it a stream here. Again, it's been a very slow week. Nonetheless, if you did take every setup on the stream here on the YouTube stream at least, you should be profitable. And we'll move on to next week. Hopefully, we get a lot more volume kicking in, a lot more setups forming, and we'll go from there, right? But nonetheless, guys, enjoy your weekend. Safe trading as always. Take care. I will see you guys back on Monday.